Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. For the next 3 or 4 videos, this is the intro that you're gonna see. I'm really sorry about it. I'm having some surgery done on my mouth here, so I don't think I wanna be seen while that is going on. So you're gonna be seeing me as I am right now. So the videos will be moving ahead as normal. You will see me filming, you'll see my hands, just not gonna see my face for a couple of weeks. Whatever video that it is, I'm gonna leave it here for you so that you know what we're doing and of course in the title. But just be patient with me. I will be back as soon as everything's healed up. Before we begin, please like the video. If you do like the video, hit that subscribe button. If you like the content here, and click on the notification bell, you will be notified of upcoming videos. All right, without further ado, let's get to it. You guys, let's go in to the studio. Yeah, it looks a little chaotic. Look at these guys. They're already like, hi, what you doing? Are you going to be closing the door on me? First thing I'm going to go over is these cute little back door shelves that I found. I think these are actually for shoes or something. I'm not really sure, but I found them on Amazon. And for all the little things that you want to keep, like my flowers, some of my things from my resin, a lot of stickers that I have. They take up a lot of space. So what I find is with these things, and I bought 2, they go behind the door and they're easily accessible. As you can see, they have like a nice little glass front so you can see everything that's in there. And they are out of the way, so you actually end up with a lot more space in your creative space, because these are hidden behind the door. They're out of the way. They're not taking up any space like on the floor with the shelf. And I really like them. So that's the first thing. First, my husband found this beautiful antique box. And I just pretty much store like stones in there that I want to work with right away. This drawer here is all my camera stuff. And a little bit of my camera stuff, so when I'm, camera cards, that type of thing. And then, of course, I'm a stuffed animal girly. I really love my stuffed animals. I think they're so cute. This is a picture that I took of some of my horses, and my kids got it increased in size, and I put it in a frame, and I bring it in here because one of my other loves is horses. We have lots. The one on the left is my big gray Captain, and the one on the right is Mouse. So these I also got from Amazon. Like I said in the intro, you're going to get, prices and everything. I'll show you where I got everything from. But this is really great for storage, and it looks pretty too. And I store all my resin supplies, flowers, feathers, everything that I plan to use for my resin goes in here. And it looks stylish, like it's usable, it's stylish, and I love it. And then my kids bought me this beautiful little speaker. It hooks to my phone via Bluetooth. And when I'm in here, a lot of times I'll put my music on. Music, nice music, soft rock or even jazz, something like that, inspires me to really create, and I love it. And of course, I got these, I think from Temu, and they're really weird. They're actually candle molds that I plan to do with some resin. I think they're beautiful. I'm going to give them a try anyway. I've got some Christmas ideas coming up pretty soon. Now this here is actually for nail polish. And as you can see, there is a lot of nail polish on here, but this is this is stamping polish. This is UV polish. And then I've put some of my pigment for my resin on here. And of course my ink color for resin is all on here. And I think this works great and much better as storage for that type of thing. It looks classy. It wasn't expensive. Unfortunately though, I am having a hard time finding another one like this. I looked everywhere. I'm still looking. If I do find one similar or one like this, I will link it below. And then I did have makeup stored in this little guy, and I downsized my makeup quite a bit. So now I've got all my molds stored in here. And it's really good for time, for saving space, because molds, being that they're mostly flat, like jewelry molds anyway, they fit perfectly in there. And it keeps them clean. So this is an old antique table. And it was actually a coffee table. But it was so tall that I couldn't use it, and it was huge. It actually towered over a lot of my furniture. So I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, well, I could sell it. It's hard to sell things these days on anywhere. So I asked my husband to make legs that were a little bit longer so that I could use it for resin. So he did that. Now it looks a little rough, and at first he didn't like how it looked, but I said I didn't care as long as it was stable and I could work on it. I was happy, and it was now in use. I don't like, things hanging around if I can't use them, and I don't like to throw things out if I think I can modify it. So he came up with this idea. It looks a little rough, but it works great for when I'm working on my resin, because I don't normally like to work with too much big projects resin on my big table there. And as you can see, little Barney, that's little Barney. He's a rescue babe. And plants. I really enjoy putting plants everywhere around me. As you can see, they are everywhere. Plants. Plants really inspire me. And so, yeah, I filled it with a lot of plants. These, unfortunately, I can't tell you where I got them, because this one was actually given to me. These ones I always buy at the local grocery store. They always have a lot of plants. But anyway, this was a little shelf I found at the dump. I think it was the dump I actually got this little shelf, and it was in perfect condition. So I thought, well, I'll bring it home and we'll use it. And I use it for my books and things that I need. So this is pretty much the place that I work. This table was bought from IKEA. Now I was looking for a table that would move up and down, because sometimes I need my table to move up and down. Specifically if I need to be a little bit closer, or sometimes working with things, I need to be a little bit closer. And I just find it moves up and down. So this is the lever, and it'll go down if I want it to, and up again. This was probably the most expensive thing I've got in here. One thing, my husband actually bought it for me. It was quite expensive, but it is worth it if you want to seriously create, and especially the way that I'm doing it now with my cameras. Everything has to be in place. It's solid table. I love it. The legs are seriously heavy, so honestly, it doesn't move anywhere. So this little turntable I bought from Michael's, and I do like it, but it is quite intricate, and I find it sometimes hard to find things because there is so much involved. One of the drawers already broke, so I didn't find that it was, for the money value, I didn't find it to be as useful. It is useful, but I think there's more out there that could be better quality, unfortunately. These two here were actually my office organizers. And this one here wouldn't even turn, like it stopped turning, but I really like it. I just went and bought a cheap Lazy Susan or turntable. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is, but again, I got this off of Amazon. You can get these on Amazon as well. You just have to look under office supplies and you'll find these type of things. And I find they work great for, my rulers. This little wand here I use for my resin, and mandrels, my lighter there. It works great, and it's easy to turn them and find your stuff, right? So yeah, I think they work great. This is a little tool holder. I believe I got this from Amazon. It's either Amazon or Michael's. And as you can see, it holds all the pliers that I use. And I do use every one of these, believe it or not. Some people are shocked, like, really? You use all that? And then my husband put this little leather strap there to hold my beautiful pair of scissors, which I do also use a lot of. Now, when I got this light, it comes with a tripod, and I did not like the way that it was fitting when I was trying to film because I need this light like right above me. So my husband took a grater part. This is a grater part. And he made a little holder for my light. And that way it's out of my way. So I know you guys can't get access to something like this, but if I do find something that works the same way, I will definitely include it in the description area. But I really like, it's a little bit, you know, I mean, it works good. The bottom part, the base is very, very heavy. So it works really great. This is the light that I always talk about, my big resin cure light, or my big cure light. I got this one from Let's Resin, and basically what I really like about this light is it's actually 2-in-1 if you want it to be. This piece comes off here if I can get it off. See? What I like about this light is you can cure it for up to 5 minutes. So it has 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And they, you know, you put your pieces on this little clear plate here. And the resin, when you have it together like this, the LEDs come from the bottom and the top, which makes it great for curing properly. And then this is just my little one that I use for quick jobs if I need to quickly cure something. I also use, I don't even know where my, I also use these little blue lights as well. These you can get from Amazon. I will again leave a link for these lights. I think they come in a pack of 4. I'm still only using the first one, so they work really good. And then I have the stand for my phone. A lot of times when I am working in here, sometimes I can be working quite late, and I might put on, you know, like a YouTube story or something like that. So I really do enjoy having my phone telling me a story while I work. So this is a mat. This is actually a drying mat for dishes. I used to buy like crazy beading mats, and I find that they don't last very long. They don't look nice either. At least I found they didn't look all that nice when I was trying to make a video. And somebody on one of my shorts laughed and said, "Wow, I love your backdrop. I think I know what that is." And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. That was a different one, but I've since bought this one, and I do have another one just in case I do wreck this one. I try not to. I try to be really careful with it. And then I use these things here if I'm working with resin to put down on here so I don't wreck the mat. I love this mat. I think it's beautiful. Leaves, I love that. I think it's a great backdrop. It looks wonderful. I found when I'm going back and looking at my videos that I'm recording, I think it looks great. So this chair, this is actually a chair that I bought because I do cut hair. I'm not a hairdresser, but my mom was. And I learned how to cut hair. I cut my son's hair and I cut my husband's hair because they just prefer that I do it. But I find it works really good for my seat. It's comfortable. It's comfortable in a way that I can move it up and down if I need to. And it fits great with this table. I find that those other ones, the office ones, I didn't like them. Everything had to be so low to the ground. I just didn't like them. This one works good, and it doubles as my hairdressing chair when the kids come over to get the haircut or my man wants his haircut. So yeah, it works good. It's very comfortable, and I will, you know, like I said, I'll leave a link to it. And here is another one of those shelves. Now, unfortunately, 2 of the handles came off. So I just used some wire and put them back, you know, just made it usable because unfortunately, as good as this is, the handles are kind of made cheaply. So I was using this drawer quite a bit, but this is drawer for all my beads, my cabs. You know, I have a lot. I have way too much. But anyway, I've stored all my beads here, and again, it looks really pretty. So I bought 2 of them, and I've stuffed them both full. Seriously, they're all being used. But it looks really nice, like it looks classy. And then these 2 shelving units. So there's one here, and then this is the other one. Again, got it from Amazon. When you have projects and things that you're doing as much as I am, you definitely need a lot of, you know, shelving space, because here's some of the wire that I have. Another one of my tripods when I do my intro and outro. more wire, more supplies. That in the corner is copper plating, which I do use a lot of. And then scrap beads and wire go into these plastic containers because I don't like throwing them out. You can use scrap wire a lot. And then my scale, which I use for sending parcels out when I sell my jewelry. When we first built this house, I had wanted a really nice cupboard that I could store and use for my jewelry. So this is a pantry, and we bought this at a discount because the people that bought the cupboards that went with this pantry didn't want the pantry. And everything was already built, so we bought it. It was actually quite cheap. I think we got it in Home Depot. So we bought it and I brought it home, and it works really good for storing some of my stuff. Some of my resin things. This is my soldering kit, which I do take out on occasion. I'm still learning how to do that, by the way. Some more stuff that I use that I just keep in storage when I need it. Now the top part I do use for baking and storage for my kitchen, because my kitchen is not like really big, but all this here is great. And then more resin stuff. I do a lot of resin. I do a lot of resin. I'm planning to put these beautiful peacock feathers into resin. But it looks really nice and it works great. And of course, all my tools. I have a lot of tools and old jewelry that people keep giving me to do something with. But I think it looks really good and it fits in here nice. I think I've got a really good deal on it. These are plastic cupboards that I got from the local hardware store before I got all the really nice shelving stuff from Amazon, whatever. But I do use them. And a lot of this is supplies, like cleaning supplies for my wire. Some of my wire goes in here. A lot of my drills and stuff are in here. My butane burners, that type of thing, all go in here. And it doesn't look bad. But I mean, I find that I need so much shelving space. And of course, more stuffed animals. So this is my closet. Now, inside is not too chaotic, but I do have to hem my curtains here right away. I just bought these probably about a month ago. I just find, again, the color green looks really good on camera too, but it works great for just concealing any storage stuff that I have in here. And this, of course, is more resin storage. As you can see, a lot of tools that I use for resin is in here. And then this is what I take to the sale. So I've got my plastic containers with all my sale things I take to the local farmers market with me. And then of course some more of my tools and things for when I do my resin, drilling jewelry, whatever I have to do. These shelves here I got from Canadian Tire. So they work really good. They are quite sturdy and they work good for any storage I might have need for. So this I got from a friend who had an home office, and she said she was done with working at home, and she gave me this. So I put a lot of my stuff in here. As you can see, I've got it all labeled as to what's in there, which makes it easier. If you have organization, if you're organized even to a certain point, which makes you comfortable, it's easy when you get a bunch of stuff to put it all away. Sometimes when I'm working, I can pull out many, many things. And it's just easy to clean up when I have everything labeled to where it goes. It's easy to put everything away. This little guy was made from a friend of mine. And I fell in love with him. She said he wasn't for sale. She said the yarn, the wool that she used was no longer available, and I fell in love with him. So I begged and pleaded, and she did finally sell him to me. I love him. Isn't he sweet? I will leave her business name if you guys are interested. She does a lot of really cute little stuffed animals, as you can see. Turtles, jumping spiders. I love frogs. She made a frog. Aren't they cute? They're so sweet. And here is the covers that I use for my resin. When I do my resin, I like to cover them. I don't want any doggy hair. And there can be a lot of doggy hair. Not so much in here. Even with the dogs in here, they don't spend a lot of time in here. So I found this in an old kitchen. And I think it's like a kitchen cabinet of some sort. Isn't it cute? But it works really good for, you know, putting projects on and then covering them up. You know, I've got a few more, as you can see right here. There's a couple more. And I just use it for resin that I'm finished with. I put it there. I cover it up with these plastic bins. And when they are cured, you know, 18 to 24 hours later and ready to use. This is another one of those turntables. I think I got two in a pack. So you get two of those. Unfortunately, when I was moving up here, I broke my beautiful music box, unfortunately. So it's sitting here right now because I do plan to fix it. I'm going to do it with resin. I just haven't figured out exactly how yet, but I am planning to do that. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be back with my regular intros and outros as soon as I possibly can. But for now, you guys have a great day and I will see you back here for my next one. Bye.